question I get a lot is like, what is the number one platform? Like, how do I get more free traffic to my site?
Aloha! Follow me as I share with you what I learned back on the sales line. I'm Khalil McCabe, and this is Sales Story Ninja.
Hey, what up? It's Khalil with Sales Story Ninja, and I want to tell you, like, the question I get a lot is like, what is the number one platform? Like, how do I get more free traffic to my site? And I think this question is probably the biggest question you have, because the truth is, if you can get traffic, you can go ahead and make conversions. As long as your funnel's okay, you'll get traffic, you'll get conversions, and you can make money. So it's funny because a lot of people, when they start off, they start their YouTube channel, they go start their Facebook group, they start their Instagram account, they start building it, they start, with their YouTube channel, just like me. You go out and you start posting content, and like literally 2 people are connected to it. One of them is your mom, right? And they're the people watching you all the time. And in a Facebook group, I've done those before, and they just take a long time to build up. In fact, for Instagram, like, one of the techniques is follow for follow. And so you go and you just follow everybody and anybody that might be remotely possibly interested in you. Hopefully you get a follow back. And I'm not saying any of those things are bad. In fact, I'm building a YouTube channel. I'm building a Facebook group. I have an Instagram page, but I haven't been focusing on that. My big platforms that I'm focused on are YouTube and Facebook, just because I know those better. And YouTube, I know longer term, game-wise, to me is a lot better. But as I started to look into that, I laugh because all 3 of those eventually long-term are good ideas. But the question is, how do we get organic traffic to our sites right now? And I think that's the biggest piece that most people miss. At the end of the day, it starts with publishing. We've talked about that before. But the question is, where do we publish? Because if we keep publishing in our own world, unless people are coming to our world, they'll never see us. And so we want to make sure that the information we have and the content we produce isn't just in our world. And what I mean by that, I remember when I was a kid, when I was fishing one day, I remember I was probably 7, 8 years old. I was a little kid at the time. And I was sitting in the corner, and there's a little puddle of water, and I had a stick and a string. And one of my uncles called me over and says, boy, if you're going to fish, go fish, we'll get fish. And I go, oh, okay. So, that really resonated with me, because the truth is, and what we're doing in any type of marketing, we're trying to set hooks. We're setting hook after hook after hook after hook. The picture of this video, it's a hook. The title of this video, it's a hook, right? Those are all different hooks that we're trying to get people to come watch what we do. And so what it is we want to make sure we're out there and we're publishing and we're connecting and we're getting to our audience. And what it is we got to figure out not how to publish in our own venue, but how we can use somebody else's venue, somebody else's pond, to be able to generate traffic. And what I mean by that is you don't want to go to the pond that's empty, the brand new one that hasn't been formed yet. You want to go to the pond that has been fished in, where people are in, where there are fish making babies and there's more baby fish going on. You want to fish from there and bring them into your pond, right? And there's an ethical way to do all of this, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I think for me, what I want to share is the 3 easiest ways for you to get traffic, to siphon traffic from other people's ponds. How to siphon traffic from other people's ponds. I think these are the 3 easiest ways. The first way is something that I've started, but I haven't fully engaged yet. But that's going to be, you'll notice I'll do a little bit more of these on this podcast, on the Sales Story Ninja podcast. The first thing is you want to be able to do interviews with people. So if you find people with bigger, what are they called? Audiences than you have, what you want to do is you want to take an opportunity to get to know people, connect with them, and offer the opportunity, hey, do you mind if I interview you and learn more about what you do? In fact, there's a guy that I was able to connect with that we talked about before my launch, that, hey, I'd love to interview you. He said, absolutely. I want to talk about how he's built his group, and he does high-end affiliate marketing, high-ticket affiliate marketing. And I'm not super keen on that, so I'm not keen. I'm excited to learn more because I haven't focused on that. I've been focusing more on SLO. type of thing. SLO is a self-liquidating offer. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's one interview. A second interview is a guy I haven't asked him to interview yet, but a copywriter, and that's what he does. So what I wanted to do was go in to interview him about copywriting, because that's not something that I'm super strong at. But I would love to learn. I would love to learn from somebody who is a professional copywriter, be able to have him. And I don't know what his audience is like, but if I can siphon some people from his audience to talk about me, and he can pull some people from my audience to help him out, we can all help each other out that way. The second way to do it, and this is the one that I've used most recently because it's the easiest to do, is you want to be able to put a blog post or some kind of Facebook post or some kind of written post in other people's groups or message boards. So there's a couple ways to do this. One, you can do it through Facebook groups. So if you're part of a Facebook group, you can go ahead and post content. Now, again, your goal is you should not be self-advertising. This is about providing value to the group. Your whole goal is to be able to give content that will take that group and get them to be better. I see a lot of people that what they'll do is they'll go through the whole thing, and at the end they'll be like, yeah, PM me or hit my link or whatever. You don't do that in other people's groups, right? You don't do that there. But what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your content out and reach out and say, hey, look, this is what I learned. These are the things. Again, remember, we're not talking about sharing, hey, this is what you do. It's, hey, this is what I did, and here's what I learned from it. This is what I did, this is how I learned from it. Or here's what I learned from this other guy, and here's how I'm going to implement it. And then the next video is, hey, this is what I learned from when I implemented that thing that I talked to you about, right? So that's kind of the thought process that you want to have with all of this. And so doing some kind of guest post or guest blog or guest piece, that's super valuable. Now, that's a guest piece for somebody else's blog. Another way to do this, same type of thing, is to find forums like Quora, medium.com, places like that where you want to post your written content in other people's ponds. Those are ponds where they're more kind of a bigger thing, but they allow people, like Medium's a blogging platform where people that join that have interest in certain topics, and if your article is well written enough, it'll get pushed through and get emailed to a bunch of people, and that's how you can start getting people into your pond. The third way to do this is go to other people's ponds, like in Facebook groups, and start to give value. Start connecting with people. Truly start just giving value. If they have an issue, go help them. Hey, how do you do X? How do you do Y? How do you do this? Where would I start if I were to do this, right? And I get that a lot. And the truth is, you start with your customer. It's always where you start. But the idea is you want to keep going back. And the more you can engage people in conversation, the better it is when they come back. You can go ahead and help them further their journey, and then they start to buy into what you do. And that's what it is. That's what you're looking to do. So those are my three ways. One is to interview somebody, and you can attract their pond. Two is some kind of blog post or Facebook post or some type of value post. And number three is to just straight up help somebody. Get into the group, roll up your sleeves, and help them with whatever it is that they got to do. And when they see that, they're going to be looking for you in the future. I know for a lot of us, we got to remember that we are in somebody else's fishing hole. This is their pond, right? What you don't want to do is get in there and start being like, hey, call me, I'm the guy, like leave this group, go to my group, and say, you don't want to do any of that. Like, it's just, here's some stuff, let me know what you think. And as you engage in conversation, say, hey, here's my thing, if you want to check it out, this is what I got. Or even better, if you don't want to say that because you don't want to be, scammy, what you can do is set up your profile on whatever platform that is to drive people specifically to the thing you want to drive them to. And then you have a link set up in there to your product or service or group that you're trying to build and that you're trying to put your energy into. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. For those of you who did take something from this, throw me a like, man. Throw me a like, throw me a comment, throw me something. Yes, I'm begging it. No, I'm not begging. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, that's cool. Don't worry about it. But the idea is, I'm trying to provide as much value. The more I know about what I can talk about, the better. If you could do me a favor, though, if you could, in the post, tell me one thing that you'd like to hear. One question, one comment, one thing about affiliate marketing that you'd like to hear. that that would help you on your journey. One obstacle you're dealing with, and then I'll be able to talk about it when I have the opportunity. And with that, again, if you guys do want to get into affiliate marketing, if you guys do want to start making a passive income, if you guys do want to start being able to work where money comes in, whether or not you're working or not, because you've set up a system, you set it up online, you've set up automation. If that's what you want, go ahead and, oh, look, a bird just went by. Go ahead and click on the link in the description to Affiliate Cash Framework. It's my free affiliate marketing training course. Go ahead and check it out. I think you guys will really enjoy what's in there. And it's free. There's not much, there's nothing to lose when you get in there. And just take a look, see what it is, because it's literally the same pattern I've used to rebuild myself as an affiliate marketer. I had to go from offline back to online. So here I am, and I'm using the same formula that I put in my training. So anyway, again, this is Khalil. Aloha. Hope you have an awesome day, and thank you for listening to Sales Story Ninja Radio.